How can we reform our social security systems, plural, while keeping them competitive, sustainable and socially fair? What are the Nordic countries doing about vocational training? How should we organize pension systems in the future? What is so successful about the Rhineland model? How are we going to organize intergenerational solidarity in the future?
Trust is a prerequisite for a functioning society. We should involve the people more in kind of renewing our societies.
I want to stress a lot the issue of education, which I believe in Greece is a huge problem. And it's not necessarily the average level of education. Greece actually scores very well in quantity-based measures of human capital. It's mostly the structure. Greece is one of the very few countries in the planet, I think, right now, where private universities are not allowed.
Why certain countries have so much less youth unemployment? And that has to do with this relationship of qualification and the closeness of these qualifications for the need of the labor market.
We are using apprenticeship pretty much on the adult level, but not on the youth level, and I think this is something that we should definitely learn.
You need private solutions to compete with the public output. You need private universities, you need private schools, you need private health services.
You must have in the system the ability, despite all the differences in your goals and fighting for your stakeholders, that you organize a way that you talk to each other. We call that social partnership. The Treaty of Lisbon, it's called social dialogue.
I do believe that we should have a kind of a combination model in the future, that there should be a kind of basic pension model, but then there should be alternatives also, because it's also one way to work for the benefit of future generations to pay for your own pension.
A combination of market economy and this social teaching. It means the market is the best place using short resources to create values. But the market alone does destroy itself. It needs a framework.
They ended up with Scandinavian expenditures and Southern European taxes. And that's a very bad combination.
And given tax evasion, if I was to judge,
Yeah, tax evasion.
Tax rate was even lower, and it was the poor and the lower middle income that were paying the taxes, which added to the distrust.
If you have an increase in taxation and it goes in education and research, I might think over the increase of taxation, because that's future-oriented in investments.
I don't think that we need to change our model from the ground. I think that we have shown in a number of European countries that you can have a very decent welfare state and still stay very competitive. There has been so much doom and gloom, so we believe to a certain extent that we are almost bankrupt. That's not the case. Big parts of Europe are very healthy and in good shape.
We need a completely unbiased approach to best practice. We need an entirely new emphasis on trust, and we need to tackle this in the education system as well as in what is called economic openness. And third, there has to be a lot more room for maneuver to local authorities, NGOs or civil society, as well as individuals.